Hello guys, Dummy here. Today what I have for you is a little circuit that has a couple of functions that I'll get into. And basically the cool thing about it is it's actually completely tileable, so they actually are separate units but they all work individually with each other. And one of the reasons that's cool is because it's actually a bud, and tileable buds are actually pretty rare. And although it's not the piston causing the bud, it's actually the comparator. So it's a little bit different from regular buds. But yeah, it is still a bud nonetheless. And on top of this, from the front, it is actually a TEUD, which stands for Tile Entity Update Detector. Bit of a mouthful, but nonetheless that is what it's called. And what this is basically it actually causes updates when the data of a thing is updated. So for example, if I'm just clicking in the middle of the dispenser and it's causing updates. So it works for all sorts of things, for example note blocks and all kinds of things like chests, so when you click in the middle of them it causes updates. It's pretty crazy little circuit. So the cool thing about this is that actually doesn't work from the top, so it's actually a regular bud from the top and a Tile Entity Update Detector from the front. So for example, if I put a block at the front, nothing will happen, only if it's one of the items activated by the Tile Entity Update Detector. And I'll leave a link in the description to a really good video that another guy's done describing all the functions of it, so I'll definitely go check that out if you want to know a little bit more about Tile Entity Update Detectors. So to build one of these is pretty simple, and if you can't tell from there, I'll just build you one really quickly now. So you make sure your piston's facing up, and it is a sticky piston. Then you're going to get a cauldron and put water in it. Now, one of the very important things to notice if you're putting them directly next to each other like I've done here, is to actually get a glass bottle and take out 2 lots of water from here with the glass bottle, so the water is down to this level. If you don't do this, then it'll actually make it go a bit crazy. So if I update up here, it'll actually do 3 of them on the next go, so like that. And that's because the signal is longer coming out of the comparator, so it's actually doing all 3 of these rather than just one if I take out the 2 lots of water. So by that I mean, if it's full, then the comparator signal will be 3, and that changes this redstone down here. Whereas if there's only 1 level of water in there, then it actually only activates this 1 piece of redstone, and so they work independently of each other. So once you've done that, you're going to come up here and put a block here. Then you're going to go down here and make sure you put a slab down here. And it's very important that you do a slab, otherwise it will not work. Then you're going to put a comparator going into a block, and then this is going to go down a block onto a piece of redstone, and then a redstone torch here, and here you have your device. And the tile entity side also, the tile entity detector actually also works from the side. So if I put a block here and then get a dispenser, for example, and put that here, it will still detect it when I click in the spaces, because that's just how it works. But obviously if you're putting them next to each other, they won't interact, so you can ignore that, so you'd have to use the tile entity from the front. Now this actually works in a very odd way. So the piston pushes up the cauldron, which then takes a signal out of the comparator, and then that just makes it go makes it reverse the signal because of the torch. However, after it goes back down, the comparator actually stays in the on position, and I guess this must be a bug, but it's a very cool one, and it actually is very important in making this, of course. And as you can see, they all still work wonderfully and independently of each other. Now there are many uses for this, and I'm sure you lot will find them, and I hope you enjoy this using this little device. But that is all there is for this video, guys, and I'll see you next time.